Stepping slow at dawn, mystic journeys on the door. Boots still muddy from the trail, we bring the woods inside the floor. Woven baskets by the bench, sage and yarrow in the air. Old hands pass a soft-born truth like firelight we learn to share. Be impeccable with your word, don't take it all to heart. Don't make a spell of what you see, we begin where we are. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. Out past the cedar line we kneel where the chanterelles hide. Bitter greens and rosemary, moon white stems in soil and pine. Someone names the healing leaf, someone knows the mushroom sign, someone tells a grand old tale, and we pass it down in time. Don't assume the wound is yours, don't invent the cloud. Speak with care and listen deep, let the circle be proud. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. And if the week has worn us thin, we bring it to the table. Soup and stories, cracked out laughs, the kind that make you able. Ancient wisdom in the stew, in the herb jars, in our names. Every act of gentle care turns the dark into a flame. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. We are many, we are one. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys hold us close.
Happy Mystical Monday, everybody. It's Mystic Journeys Church with Dmitri and Derek. HB is having internet problems, so we may be seeing him here, maybe probably on Wednesday. I don't think we'll be seeing him here tonight. How you doing, Derek? How was your trip?
It was great. Had a really great time. It was long. I I missed being home. Um, you know, like I think 10 days is kind of a limit. After that, if you've been away from home, you start really missing it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but very awesome. And I look forward to this year and doing a lot more things next year.
That's
And you
awesome.
just had a trip.
I did.
Yeah.
So I just got back from Telluride Mushroom Festival, and wow, what a doozy. Wasn't all sunshine and rainbows. There were some thunder clouds, literally and metaphorically, but I got through it, and I really, I think I really showed my stuff to the Telluride Mushroom Festival leadership that I was able to handle myself. Um, the foray before me on Saturday didn't show up. So there's supposed to be a maximum. I am my voice is a little harsh because I was yelling at one point over the weekend. Um, so there's supposed to be a maximum of 20 participants per foray. So because the person before me they didn't show up and a bunch of their participants were just stranded, they didn't have anywhere to go. They all got pushed into my foray. So instead of having 20 people, I had 32 people, and the 32 included two of the Telluride Mushroom Festival media team. So I actually had photographers and everything like that on my foray on Saturday, and I just knocked it out of the park. Me and my assistant Jake, we really kicked butt, and I'm really proud of the work we did. My foray before, it was a little shaky just because the person who I was on the foray with, I was his assistant. But as the foray was starting, the foray organizers were saying, "Hey, this guy's kind of like a shit show. Could you step up and lead the foray?" So even though I wasn't on the sign up for that day, I was actually kind of leading the foray because the guy I was with, he couldn't keep his stuff together. Um, but I really earned the respect of the Telluride Mushroom Festival, organizers, and I think I might be able to go again next year. So that's good, and I'm a big deal in my colleges now apparently. So I was giving out my business cards, and I was teaching people about how to get DNA sequencing done. Had handouts, everything. Um, yeah. Also, a lot of those shirts I was doing for those past events, those came in the mail. So I'm going to be shipping those out. I shipped out a package to Sharon and to Kim and Mike today. This one right here is for Mello. Sharon wanted me to give Mello a t-shirt, so I decided to dye it with a lichen. So this is a Viking Rocky Mountain Mush Fest shirt. It's officially Viking because it has the lichen dye that is with the ammonia fermentation technique. So I'm sending this in the mail. I promise, Mello, it's going in the mail like tomorrow. So this is like my favorite one. I'm really happy with how that turned out. That's freaking awesome. I can't wait for you to get that. Also a card and a bunch of other stickers and crap like that. So Pop Shrooms, glad you're here. Mello, glad you're here. Kim, glad you're here. We have 10 people watching. So would you guys rather I read from The Way to Love first? Or should I show off some pictures and videos from my trip? I need at least 5 people. I need 5 people to tell me whether they want me to read The Way to Love or show pictures from the Telluride Mushroom Festival.
I want to see pictures. So I'm one of the people.
I also have some pictures that have been texted to me. I haven't downloaded them yet, so I'll save those for maybe Wednesday. So I'll have like a 2.0 Telluride Mushroom Festival pictures. I had professional photographers with me in both of my forays. One of them's a really, really good friend of mine, a Purple Heart veteran, Brad from Nebraska. Good friend of mine. Great photographer, musician, all around, just a cool, nerdy guy. I love him. We had he'll be in my story, so you'll see a picture of him, like a little bit of him, maybe like this much, but we'll see. Awesome dude. But he came out to see me, and I got him a free foray over at the Telluride Mushroom Festival just because I had to hook up. So we see, we got Kim says trip pics. Miller says pics. Mike Boraball says pics.
How different was the environment there from day to evening? Was it?
So it consistently rained every afternoon I was there, except for the last day. So we had rain every night. So every day we went out, there's mushrooms just everywhere. The last day I was there, there was one big fat chanterelle that went across the ID table. But yeah, looks like I think we got enough people. We're gonna try to show off some pictures. So I have let's just go ahead and see if I can get this loaded. I'm gonna try to click on screen share. Just one moment. I will get this. Should have changed to landscape mode to this today just for these pictures, give you guys a better view. So you guys may notice I am in a different angle and camera and things like that right now. It's because my computer died today. Like it's kaput. I need to figure out how to extract my files. But I'm on my laptop right now, and I'm able to access all of my pictures that are on the cloud. But this picture here I was on the road. As I was driving to Telluride Mushroom Festival, it started raining, and like in between the breaks, we got a nice rainbow. And can you hear me right now, Derek, or is it?
I can hear you, and I'm looking at my phone, and it does look. This aspect ratio does look good.
Okay. And I think most of these pictures will be chronological in order. This is the first day, daytime I was there. So I arrived on Tuesday night, like around 11 p.m. because I just drove all day. It took me like 6 hours and 20 minutes to get there from Denver. The next morning, right there's a park next to the main street here that goes all the way across both sides, and this is just the middle of the street. Like pedestrians always get priorities. People are always in the street taking pictures. There's flower planters and stuff, so no one's going to hit you if you're in front of one of the planters. But beautiful. It's amazing how beautiful Telluride is. This was one of the first night at night. Like it's the whole town. It's really, really historic. It's just absolutely beautiful. I went to this place called the Alibi that night. Met up with a bunch of friends and live music. They had a bunch of mushroom themed cocktails and things like that for everybody. Let me see if I can maybe increase the size of this. I'll just roll with it. So next picture here. Yeah, it rained a lot, so we got a lot of clouds. And whenever it did rain, when we got clouds, the clouds would just roll over the top of the mountains. It was very much like Jurassic Park. You'd expect to see some pterodactyls or a brachiosaur, coming out of the fog. Really, really amazing. Every day was just absolutely beautiful. There's a little thrift store. They had this sign in there that says, "If mushrooms can grow through shit, you can too." And it really, really hit me. I thought that was really, really funny.
Yeah.
Just the main street still. Just more pictures of the main street. I have a lot of mushroom pictures here too. Oh, here we go. So this is a Leucopaxillus mushroom. I forget the species, but they were everywhere out there. Nice, pretty mushroom. Smells like radishes. The gills, if you press on them with your finger, or you just kind of scrape at them with your fingernail, the gills actually separate from the cap, kind of like a bolete would. If you're familiar with how boletes in the pores, are attached to the cap. But some people, I heard one guy say, I'm going to go back one picture here. I heard one guy say that these mushrooms, some people have gotten deathly sick by eating these mushrooms, but I don't know how true that is. Because the research I did said they're inedible just because of their terrible taste. Some people think it tastes skunky. I think, if it tastes skunky, I don't mind a good grolsch or a nice skunk weed. But as far as I know, it's only inedible because it's kind of tough and it just doesn't really taste all that great. And if you taste it raw, it tastes kind of radishy. These guys, they look like a marasmias, or I don't know what they are. I need to get these guys sequenced. But I had so many mushrooms on my trip here. I'm just going to kind of roll through them. This mushroom right here has got a slimy cap. Excuse me, slimy cap. And you can see here, can you see my pointer at all on that?
There's a lag, so I can't see it yet.
Okay. Well, this one, if you look at the edge of the margin of the cap, there's a bit of fibers hanging off there. That's an indication of what the species is.
Now I can see it.
Okay. So this, as you here, you can really see the cortina, as they call it, those fibers coming off the side of the cap. It's called the cortina. So this mushroom used to be in the same genus as Cortinarius because it has a cortina. But Cortinarius mushrooms they don't tend to get this fat and stocky or slimy on the cap. But all Cortinarius have these fibers on the cap that they call the cortina or the curtain, and they all have brown spores. So you can see the brown spores clinging to those fibers along the cap there. But this mushroom right here, it's one of two species that just got separated from the Cortinarius genus. This is its own new genus, and it's called Calinarius instead of Cortinarius, which means I think it means like chalky or something like that, or it's like calcium. But there's another species called Flammaceum, so it means slimy. Both Flammaceum and Calinarius both have those slimy caps like you saw in that previous picture. So one of the key identifying factors between Calinarius and Flammaceum is down here in the bottom of the mushroom, you see it has a big old fat bulb. And that bulb has like a shelf right at the very, very top of it. Flammaceum does not have that, but Calinarius does. And these Calinarius, when I would use a KOH, my chemical, it's a potassium hydroxide, on the cap would actually stain red. And same thing on the stipe, it would turn pink and then it would turn gray. So these are just identifying characteristics. I don't know the exact species, but once I learn the species, I'll know all these characteristics because I saw it so many times in the field and I showed it to so many people because I was on the foray and people were like, hey, what's this? And I'm like, well, let's find out and let's break out my KOH and do the drop and just go through the whole rigmarole over and over again. But a lot of people really enjoyed my forays and what I had to say about them. This mushroom here is interesting. I'm not sure what that one is. Let me see if I got another picture of it. Yeah. I'm not real sure. That could have been a Hygrophorus. This looks like another Flammaceum or Calinarius. I'm not sure which one. But that right there is a Hygrophorus mushroom. So it changes colors from shades of pink to white as it dries out. Very pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, behind that mushroom there. So you see that lichen, that green stuff that looks kind of like a weird slimy moss underneath the mushroom here. That is a lichen called Peltigera. and those little red protrusions coming up off of it are the fruit bodies. And many people that were out there in Telluride, they're like, I've never seen Peltigera fruit bodies before. And it was everywhere we went. And we were like, that is so cool.
Wow.
Just nerding out about the lichens. You know, how I am liking those lichens. I'd rather a good Basidio cart, but there we go. There's the fruit bodies. And that's the Peltigera. Peltigera is it's a pelt lichen. There's lots of different kinds of lichens, but that's honestly one of my favorites. It's fun. It dries out, turns brown, looks like leaves, then it rehydrates, turns green again, and the underside turns pink when it rehydrates. You can kind of see right there. Here's a pink or purplish russula or rusula. There's like 5 different ways to pronounce the genus of this mushroom. And russulas are so hard to get down to species. I'm starting to make an entire book of notes just so I can try to figure out different species of russulas and to be able to differentiate it, because most people cannot do that. What do you think this mushroom is? Does anybody have any guesses what they think this mushroom might be? I thought that this mushroom was a Amanita pantherina or Amanita pantherinoides, which is like the panther cap. So it looks brown and it looks like an Amanita mushroom. But when I picked it, I looked underneath and look at that. That mushroom has a cortina, has all those fibers all up in it. But this mushroom doesn't have quite as much of a bulbous bottom, and it doesn't have that shelf. So this mushroom is probably a Flamacium. And yeah, I see the comments about my cough. My cough is I was, it's a long story, but I was yelling a little bit over the weekend, and I practically lost my voice yesterday. I'm lucky to be able to speak right now, but I am working on it, and I'm probably going to be having myself a tea with some honey in it here in a little bit, just because yeah, my throat is really struggling here. And Kim, are any of these edible? Good question. I will get to a few edible ones here, and I will definitely point them out. Interesting guess there, Shroom Digger. Earth Star, not quite. All right, so I'm gonna move on.
There was a mushroom in my yard that I walked past, and it had turned to black slime.
Oh, okay. So that's probably in the Coprinus section. So it's an ink cap. And those, when they're young, are most likely edible. Just do not drink alcohol 2 weeks before or after those inky caps.
This was rather large, though. This was probably 4 inches by 4 inches.
Oh, okay. It just turned black, huh?
Yeah.
Did it melt into like liquid?
Yep.
Huh. Sometimes the Agaricus does that if it like rains on it or something. Which is just like a button mushroom.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to the next picture. Okay, so I was at the gas station. What's that?
I'm sorry, I was saying it was in a spot that it could have got stepped on.
Okay, that's possible. Yeah. It's just some statue that was at the gas station. I was filling up for gas before my foray. I thought it was funny. There's a cougar stalking it in the background. You can see, but it's a little cowboy T-Rex with the double barrel shotgun. I thought it was hilariously cute. His googly eyes. This is another one of those Leucopaxillus. Kim, this is one of those ones where I'm like, maybe it's edible, maybe it's not. They say it's not edible just because of the flavor. But there was somebody at the ID table that seemed like they knew what they were talking about and said that like it depends. You build up an intolerance, kind of like with some people say you do with morels. But I don't know if this is just an old wives' tale or not, or just some old guy at the ID table saying that people died by eating it. But I was telling people, be careful, don't eat it. But based off my new research I've been doing, I might be willing to try it. Just because it has a strong flavor doesn't mean you can't work with that strong flavor. Or just because it has a strong, tough tough texture doesn't mean you can't work with that strong, tough texture. Because I also heard when I was there at the ID table that if you have a tough mushroom, like, for example, I know Shroom Digger's going to like this one. So, for example, if you have like the stipes of a bunch of leftover oyster mushrooms, you know how the oyster mushroom stipes are notoriously tough. What you can do if you do want to like eat them and like save them and actually make them edible, you freeze them. And when you freeze them, the frozen, the nature of freezing them is going to burst the cell walls and it's going to tenderize those mushroom stalks. So maybe these mushrooms might be, one of those similar ones where you just want to freeze it to tenderize it before you cook it. And always, always, always cook your mushrooms. If you think you cooked it enough, cook it some more. All right, I'm going to pull up the next one. This one, it could be some sort of Lactarius. Or a Clitosabe. I honestly do not know. It looks more like a Lactarius to me. What do you think? Anyone in the chat wants to make a guess? Your guess is as good as mine. I do still have this mushroom. I might be sending it in for DNA sequencing. So, put it on the record. What do you think it is? Let's move on to the next one. Same mushroom. Those are definitely gills, not ridges. I do not think that is a chanterelle. I know the less trained eye would think that's a chanterelle, but it is not. There are white chanterelles, and you all know what that is. Those are some Amanita muscaria. I was surprised at how yellow they were. We found a lot of Amanita muscaria out there, and I did bring home a lot, and I dried a bunch of caps for me to be experimenting with, like extracts and things like that. Because I know there's a lot of medicines you can make. I'll be extra careful, and I'm doing my research, and I'll only be sharing with responsible parties. But I really liked how yellow it was because in Colorado we have the ones that are red, which is the Flaviolvata, and the yellow-capped Amanita muscaria is on the coasts, and that one's called Guessaway. But we do not have that one in Colorado. But these were very yellow. Here we go, Kim. This mushroom right here is a Lactarius deliciosus. It's a Lactarius, and as you can see, it's starting to stain blue in those spots where it was poked by sticks or brush. It is a prized edible mushroom. I found quite a few of them, and they were beautiful, delicious mushrooms. This one right here, that cap looks pretty fibrous, but I'm almost thinking that is probably a Calenarius or a Flammaceum. Let's see. Yeah, I see some fibers there, and that bottom is not a bulbous base, so that is a Flammaceum. These guys, I'm almost certain, are a ringless honey mushroom. But I still need to look a little deeper. I'm still digging. I found so many mushrooms. There's still so much I need to learn. My buddy Brad found this one. He is he was really excited about those ones. He's like, oh, hey, I think I might have found some honey mushrooms. I'm like, oh, maybe it does have a lot of the characteristics. But I also see some of those fibers along that stipe right there. It looks like there's some a cortina, but those are growing on wood, and cortinarias don't grow on wood, as far as I know. Here's one of my baskets on one of the first days. There's some Lecterius deliciosa, some amanitas, and there's a good variety of colors. Just a pretty basket. You can see all of the rope, all around the edges of my basket and all around the handles, because my basket has been through hell and back. But I love it, and I have to keep repairing it. I will not give up this basket for a long time. Here's a amanita, and I am not sure which kind of amanita it is. I just know it was not growing in the standard areas that I'm used to finding amanitas. It's a woodland amanita. It was growing in the pine duff, and it was white. I didn't notice any staining around the edges of it or anything like that. So I'm not so sure. Oh, this picture here. My buddy Brad and his wife Kat, they took me to a place called Bridal Veil Falls. So you can see there's a waterfall off in the distance over here, and just above the waterfall to the left, there's a power plant up on the edge of the cliff, and it's really cool. We're like, wow, that's really neat. And they're like, it's only 2 miles to hike to the waterfall? No way. So it turns out that there's a hike that's 2 miles long. It's really rocky, but it goes to a waterfall, and I actually go get to it, but I know there's a lot of pictures here, but I got time to waste. I'm sorry I'm talking so much. If you have any questions, Derek, please interrupt me. So anyway, the waterfall you hike up to is actually a little ways away from this waterfall. This waterfall, where it drops to, it travels quite a distance, and then there's a second drop, and that is the Bridal Veil Falls. So that main one right there is called something different. I just don't know what. But when we first pulled up to this parking lot, it had green-blue water that blew my mind. I was like, what is this? And they had these mining signs that says property of this local mine. And I'm like, no hunting, private property, keep out. Idorado Mining Company. I'm like, there's no way this is natural. They're killing our environment. This is terrible. What are they doing? And I'm like, but isn't that pretty? That is like aquamarine type stuff. Gorgeous water. Amazing views in this whole place. This is just found some neat mushrooms. I'm assuming these are some sort of ascomycete. These were itty bitty tiny, very small on a branch. I just spotted them as I was walking by because they were super bright colored. I think you can barely see Telluride right off in the distance over there. This is us kind of halfway up the trail. I think this might be another Lecterius mushroom. Pretty. Some old oysters I found on the way up. We also found a bunch of wood ear. I don't think I took any pictures of the wood ear. But as we were on our way up, we noticed there's like, what in the world? There's blue water flowing down the side of the mountain in multiple spots. It's just flowing off the side. And this isn't a very clear picture, but you can see that's like a river, and it's aquamarine blue. It blew my mind. I was like, what? How? Where? How? What's happening here? There's no way. So we got to the very top, and this is the Bridal Veil Falls. And over here to the left, you see this little tiny patch of moss. I could actually see it from right here where I'm standing taking this picture. We found a few more mushrooms. They were just hanging off the side there.
So what's turning the water blue?
So the blue water, there is glacial melt water coming off the top of that mountain over there. And that glacial melt water has in it glacial flour, which is like small itty bitty particulates of minerals and dust of natural just rock. But
Oh,
that glacial um, that glacial flour only it absorbs the all the other like wavelengths except for the blue and the green. So it reflects that, and that's what we see. So it is 100% natural, and apparently it's clean. But I don't know if you can drink it or not. But it's apparently it's totally just normal and pretty, super pretty. These mushrooms right here are one of the gliophyllum. It might be separatum. I'm not sure. It just doesn't look as yellow as I'm used to. I'm pretty sure it's probably gliophyllum separatum. Oh, I love this song. This sign here. Be as good as your dog thinks you are. Please pick up.
yeah.
Good message. I went up the gondola up in Telluride. Telluride has a free gondola, and when you go up it, there's like elk and mushrooms you can see from the top, and it takes you to this place called the Village, and there's a bunch of other connecting gondolas all throughout the mountains, and you can just ride them and go place to place. There's different restaurants and stuff up there. It's really cool and amazing views. There's one of the stops. One of the gondola stops at multiple locations. If you can get off, or you don't want to get off, it keeps going. But
Wow.
here's one of them. It's a cute little sign because the dogs. They allow dogs and stuff, and it's handicap accessible. If somebody comes up with the wheelchair, they just push a button. It stops. They pull up the ramp and they let you get on, and they push the button and it gets going again. Like I love everything about this place, but the price of everything in town is insanely expensive. But they got a free gondola.
Yeah.
And amazing views, and you just ride that thing all day and really explore. Fun place. We went to the Wood Ear restaurant with my buddy Brad and his wife Kat, and I got some amazing food. This is the Walls. They had the three bears and mushrooms all over the place, and that's Kat right there, and there's Brad with his cool sunglasses and his cool hat. He is a phenomenal musician, great photographer, amazing friend. Kat too. They're both just great people. I was out scouting my foray on Saturday, and I found this really cool rickety old bridge. Just thought it was a nice picture. So this is right before the parade started. I got my professor out.
There you go.
I couldn't help myself. I actually just had myself a nice ice cream cone with the professor here on the side of the sidewalk. We both enjoyed them very much. And I also broke out my Smurf, but the parade was a lot of fun. I really like taking my toy pictures, as some of you know. I'm definitely a big nerd when it comes to my toy pictures. This is in the middle of the parade. I've got some nice parade goers in the background, but I really like that clouds and my professor Kurt. Here's some of the emeritus I brought home. I dried them. I'll probably be fermenting some of them and extracting them and things like that. Some of them are going to be turned into necklaces. I'm going to use a UV resin and turn some of my amanitas into necklaces, and I'll probably give them away. So this is my new bumper sticker I got from Telluride. It says, "In the name of the Hyphae, the Spore, and the Holy Host." And I was like, yes, this is so me. So I had to get that. That's the end of that show. But let me get the parade videos up. Let's see. I know I've got some videos here. Here's the first one. All right, one sec. So take me a moment. It's a little more difficult to juggle on my laptop. So, is there any questions in the chat that you can that you see there, Derek?
There was some questions if there was any fish in that water.
Oh, good question. I did not see any. That is
So no walleye.
fascinating.
Huh?
Yeah. I'm gonna hide my name here. I'll get this going. So this is a two-part video. The parade was actually very, very short, but there's a lot of amazing costumes. Um, I'll be talking over the video a little bit here and there, but I'll do my best to shut up while it plays. That's Hamilton from Hamilton's Mushrooms and the turkey tail. That's the state mushroom, Agaricus julius. I'm sure I say that here in the video, but I'll repeat it. Yeah, yeah. Thanks, Dmitri. So that park over there between the buildings, that's where the main festival was for all the days. And a lot of the presentations were at the local theaters and things like that. They got me. All right. I'm going to switch to the next video. So this one picks up right where the other one left off, right where I was moving my backpack. All right. There we go.
What is going on with this video?
What's that? These guys? Looks like they're spreading
Yeah.
their spores. It's a
Okay.
costume contest / parade. So right after the parade, they actually did announcements for like who was winning the contest and stuff. And it's really competitive. So a lot of people go all out with their costumes. And they also had a dog costume contest at the same time, but I didn't want to miss this one. There's the dude. The dude. The dude is abiding. I got some pictures. Like I loved his costume so much. Yeah, Julius, not Augustus. It's a Garrus Julius over there. Oh, I recognize that lady in the crowd. That's Lady Haife.
Yeah, there's some really awesome
There's
costumes.
also another person in the crowd I recognize here in a moment. I zoom in. I'm like, hey, I know that guy. He's famous. That's Art Goodtimes. He is one of the festival founders and organizers. He's a very famous poet, and everybody. He's kind of like the festival mascot in a way. Art Goodtimes. And then after like the main costumes go through, everybody else just sort of crowds the street, and then I was like, all right, well, we're all good. Oh, the dog. Yes. There's a dog with a costume, at least.
Did you bring your dog, Nerdy?
I did not this time. If I go next year, I will be bringing my dog and my family, hopefully.
Nice.
I'll be having completely different arrangements next year.
Yeah.
But those are all the pictures and videos I'm willing to share tonight. I'm going to have another batch of just pictures from my forays of me like pointing at mushrooms and educating and things like that, and maybe a couple of videos of me doing some educational stuff because people were taking pictures when I was there and taking videos. I just don't have it from them yet. But I do have some text, some pictures that were texted to me. I just haven't extracted them from my text and put them on my new laptop here yet. So, I don't think there's any unanswered questions right now except for how you ferment mushrooms. I'm not sure, but I'm going to find out. I've never done it yet. But I've seen some interesting things about making sacramental stuff with those mushrooms, and also medicines and. But there's a lot of possibilities now that I have some on my hand that I found myself. So
when y'all were foraging, did you stay pretty close together, or were you pretty spread out?
Well, for the most part, on my foray, I was super duper responsible, and I did my best to like, okay, everybody, stay within close proximity. At 12 o'clock, I'm going to set my car alarm so everybody can just come back to the car alarm. But there was like my foray was so big that there were a couple people missing at the end that we had to go find. But yes, that is a concern, and that happens sometimes. People get a little too far away.
Yeah.
But I had a really, really good assistant, and the people came back shortly after. Like, we didn't actually lose anybody. It was like one car that was just missing two people, and they just kind of wandered off, and they were just taking their time. It's no biggie. But what we ended up doing was just basically excusing one car at a time. It was like, is everybody that was with you, that came with you, good with you? Good. Okay, go ahead and go. Like, and then we basically counted down to like from the 32 that was originally there.
Smart. Yeah.
And people did see bears on my foray, a mama bear and two baby bears. And I was like, what? No, you didn't. But we saw bear scat everywhere, all over those hills. They had, bear signs. They basically say bears are active in the woods. We were like, yeah, we can see. It's everywhere. You can't walk in the woods without stepping on the bear poop. Does the bear poop in the woods? Yes, it does. A lot. All right. So now that we got the Telluride stuff out of the way for now, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try to read from The Way to Love, even though my voice is messed up. But I think this is a good one. This one is Love One Another. Let's see if I can get this right. My lighting's all off because I'm on a laptop. But love one another. So this is, the verse here is John 15:12. This is my commandment, that you love one another as I have loved you. Oh no. My voice. Whew. Don't get mad and yell at people. Even when you're trying to defend yourself, just keep your cool. It's not worth losing your voice over someone just being stupid. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. What is love? Take a look at a rose. It is possible for the rose to say, I shall offer my fragrance to good people and withhold it from bad people? Or can you imagine a lamp that withholds its rays from a wicked person who seeks to walk in its light? It could only do that by ceasing to be a lamp, and observe how helplessly and indiscriminately a tree gives its shade to every one, good and bad, young and old, high and low, to animals and humans and every living creature, even to the one who seeks to cut it down. So, This is the first quality of love, its indiscriminate character. That is why we are exhorted to be like God, who makes his sun to shine on good and bad alike, and makes his rain to fall on saints and sinners alike. So you must be all goodness as your heavenly Father is all goodness. Contemplate in astonishment the sheer goodness of the rose, the lamp, the tree, for there you have an image of what love is all about. How does one attain this quality of love? Anything you do will make it forced, cultivated, and therefore phony. For love cannot be forced. There's nothing you can do, and but there is something you can drop. Observe the marvelous change that comes over you the moment you stop seeing people as good and bad, as saints and sinners, and begin to see them as unaware and ignorant. You must drop your false belief that people can sin in awareness. No one can sin in the light of awareness. Sin occurs not as we mistakenly think in malice, but in ignorance. Father, forgive them, for they do not know what they are doing. To see this is to acquire the indiscriminate quality one so admires in the rose, the lamp, and the tree. And here is the second quality of love, its gratuitousness. Like the tree, the rose, the lamp, it gives and asks for nothing in return. How he despised the man whose choice of his wife is determined not by any quality she may have, but by the amount of money she will bring as a dowry. Such a man, we rightly say, loves not the woman, but the financial benefit she brings him. But is your own love any different when you seek the company of those who bring you emotional gratification and avoid those who don't? When you are when you are positively disposed toward people who give you what you want and live up to your expectations, and are negative or indifferent toward those who don't, here are two here too there sorry, yeah, my throat. Here too there is only one thing that you need do to acquire this quality of gratuitousness that characterizes love. You can open your eyes and see, just seeing, just exposing your so-called love for what it really is, a camouflage for selfishness and greed, is a major step toward arriving at the second quality of love. The third quality of love is its unself-consciousness. Love so enjoys the loving that it is blissfully unaware of itself, the way the lamp is busy shining with no thought of whether it is benefiting others or not, the way a rose gives out its fragrance simply because there is nothing else it can do, whether there is someone to enjoy the fragrance or not, the way the tree offers its shade. The light, the fragrance, and the shade are not produced at the approach of persons and turned off when there is no one there. These things, like love, exist independently of persons. Love simply is. It has no object. They simply are, regardless of whether someone will benefit from them or not. So they have no consciousness of any merit or of doing good. Their left hand has no consciousness of what their right hand does. Lord, when did we see you hungry or thirsty and help you? The final quality of love is its freedom. The moment coercion or control or conflict enters, love dies. Think how the rose, the tree, the lamp leave you completely free. The tree will make no effort to drag you into its shade if you are in danger of sunstroke. The lamp will not force its light on you lest you stumble in the dark. Think for a while for all the coercion and control that you submit to on the part of others, when you so anxiously live up to their expectations in order to buy their love and approval, or because you fear you will lose them. Each time you submit to the control in this coercion, you destroy the capacity to love, which is your very nature. For you cannot but do to others what you allow others to do to you. Contemplate then all the control and coercion in your life, and hopefully this contemplation alone will cause them to drop. The moment they drop, freedom will arise, and freedom is just another word for love. And that's it. That was a struggle with my throat being the state that it's in, but I think that was exactly what I needed, especially considering that what I was going through for the weekend. Um, you know, you got to forgive them. They do not know what they do. They're operating on greed and coercion, and you don't have to. You don't have to fall for it. You just got to do what you know is right by
Yeah,
you.
and if someone says, "I love you, do this for me or do that for me," I don't know if that's not love. That's manipulation. You
Mm,
know,
yeah.
and yeah,
Uh,
that's no good. Keeping score and stuff like that is just that ain't
that's that's my biggest struggle. I think is I attract those master manipulators. So
they're out.
it's hard for me to deal with, but I'm getting better at it the more I practice.
Yeah,
But at the same time, I'm better off because of those experiences with this person. Even and I don't at the same time I don't have to associate with them. That's a choice. Like this was saying is like it's my choice whether I want to expose myself to that kind of behavior, and
right.
I don't have to tolerate it. Yeah, yeah. But I honestly, since I decided that this person is not at all who they said they were, and I decided just like I'm done. There's been a tremendous weight has been off my shoulders, and I already knew this was already happening. I took some precautions before I left for my trip, and things arrived in the mail so I could get these shirts done and things like that. And I was like, all right, so I'm I'm getting things rolling again because I'm not letting other people hold me back. I'm going to do what I know I need to do for my people, and I'm not
Right.
going to let other people, get in the way. Because, yeah. So it is 7:58 right now. Do we have any more questions? Derek, do you have anything you want to say? Any words of wisdom? You are definitely a wise one. Any wisdom from your trip? Ooh, I got one. I got one. So on my way home, there was a field of these cattle, and they were all like orangish red, like cows. And out in the middle of them, there's this one llama. I was like, it tickled me, and I was just like, oh my god, I just giggled because I was like, in a field of Anguses, be a llama.
Yeah.
Oh, it really made me giggle.
Funny.
Yes, pops, exactly. Be about your mission, and that's the great thing about it is it's the art of letting go, and it helps me refocus and refocus my energy back on the right stuff. I am
Yeah. We
not
want
not
to
as
help
I'm not
people, but sometimes the energy that we spend on a person, it isn't not that it's not returned, but it's not received well. You know what I mean? Like you're one the best for that person, and they're just not getting it. You
mm,
know, and how much can you do that before it's really damaging yourself? You know,
right,
but you love them still, but from a distance, right?
right.
So, yeah.
Oh, looks like B Hendrix is here. What's up, B Hendrix? Good to see you, man. Same thing with you, MVP. I'm always glad to see you, MVP. You man, Snoogans. Sammy P's here. Got a lot of good people here. Magic David, how's it going, David? David, I will be trying to get on Minecraft tonight. If you want to get on, it's Minecraft Monday. Why not? I just have to hook up a second laptop over here because my old computer situation. But it's Minecraft Monday. I'm gonna try. I need a break. I need to play a game or something. I've just been doing work. I got all of these shirts done today, literally, and I shipped out 2 packages, and I'm gonna be shipping out a lot more tomorrow. So, MVP and Kim, expect those packages probably by the end of the week. You're gonna have all of your shirts. One of the shirts, I transferred the wrong image to the wrong size shirt, so I'm gonna be sending an extra one that's the right size. So you're getting a bonus large of one design. And oh man, everybody's shirts just turned out so good. They really did. I'm really happy with how Ninja Transfers handled it. It really, really worked good. Here's mine. My Rocky Mountain Mush Fest shirt. This is the one that changes from blue to purple in the sunlight. It's I'm so proud of them. They're all so good. Oh. So Wednesday, let's do a giveaway on Wednesday. And I want to give you guys a little sneak peek. I had some leftovers of these designs today, and I have these bags. So I made a little tote bag. It's got the Rocky Mountain Mush Fest. It's the exact same shirt as the design as the shirt. I just cut it apart. So we're gonna give away one of these tote bags with some of these goodies I have to give away. Just been laying around here. We need to give away some more stuff.
Nice.
Some more capsules and some sacrament stuff. But Rocky Mountain Mush Fest, tote bag for giveaway. Wednesday, come back. We had a good show tonight, and hopefully we can have a better show Wednesday. And Kim, that hoodie. What?
Before I left, you had given me Sharon's address and stuff those swabs in the mail for her, and she hadn't received them yet, so I stuck 4 more in the mail today.
Okay,
so
good.
Maybe she'll get all of them. Maybe she'll just get 4, but the 4 should have arrived by now. I mean, the ones that I sent already should arrive, but I resent today and 4 different ones, so she'll have fun with those.
That's unfortunate. Yeah. Sometimes the snail mail just takes a little longer. Hopefully she gets them all. That'd be cool. Yeah. I'll reach out to her and give her the tracking too. That's the way she knows it's coming. But yeah, if anybody needs anything, just reach out. We're happy to help. That's what we're here for. If you need sacrament or just someone to talk to, reach out. On that note, how about we just go ahead and sign off and say our goodbyes?
Sounds
and
good.
I think we need, have a good night, everybody. MVP, I'm gonna definitely get you that peace shirt. Pop Shrooms, thank you so much for the service tonight. I really, really appreciate you. You get the OG Mystic right there. You got Kim, MVP, Magic David. I'm gonna go ahead just scroll up here to see who else here. Mike Barrowball, B Hendricks, Mello, Shroom Digger, Sammy P. Thank you everybody for coming here tonight. We're going to go ahead and play the countdown, and we'll see you. Derek will see you tomorrow night at Bible study, right?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Good. I'll be playing in the lab at CSU tomorrow, probably, but I really hope I will be watching after the fact for sure. So let's go ahead and start this countdown, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.
Thanks.
We stepping slow at dawn, mystic journeys on the door. Boots still muddy from the trail, we bring the woods inside the floor. Woven baskets by the bench, sage and yarrow in the air. Old hands pass a soft-born truth like firelight we learn to share. Be impeccable with your word, don't take it all to heart. Don't make a spell of what you see, we be the cedar line we kneel where the chanterelles hide. Bitter greens and rosemary, moon white stems in soil and pine. Someone names the healing leaf, someone knows the mushroom sign, someone tells a grand old tale, and we pass it down in time. Don't assume the wound is yours, don't invent the cloud. Speak with care and listen deep, let the circle be proud. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys we belong. For agreements, for bright stones, we keep walking, we stay strong. Mystic journeys hold us close, mystic journeys sing it on. Grateful hands and open doors, we are many, we are one. And if the week has worn us thin, we bring it to the table. Soup and stories, cracked out laughs, the kind that make you able. Ancient wisdom in the stew, in the herb jar